Hi, I'm Glenn Hughes.
And I'm Ed Muzio.
For 3 decades, I've been working inside a publicly traded company.
And for over a decade, I've been an entrepreneur supporting companies like Glenn's from the outside.
In this series, we look at the problems and challenges of the modern workplace
And provide our ideas and advice.
From the inside
and out. With all the talk about career planning and value statements and personal brand, the logical extension of all this often seems to be making yourself irreplaceable at work. So, Glenn, how do I make myself irreplaceable?
Well, you and I have talked about this a lot, even on film. There's no such thing as a person being irreplaceable.
Oh, darn.
I know, it kind of sucks, but you can do a lot to make yourself less replaceable. And I like to put it in the phrase, your unique value, your YUV. What do you do that only you can do in your circle? And that circle could be your team, your org, your company, your discipline, or the whole world. The broader you make that, the more unique you are. But what is that value that you have that nobody around you has, that the company values?
So bring your best that the company can value. Now that's fair, but if I'm on the other side of this, if I'm the manager, I'm always trying to make the person not irreplaceable. I'm always thinking, what if this person gets ill or has a family change or changes jobs or leaves? So I'm working against you there, right?
Yeah, it's a cat and mouse game, and one that I happened to play very well with my manager for a long time, and he was good at being the cat, I was good at being the mouse. I was constantly looking for what skills can I gain that separate me from my team, add value to my clients, will earn me the biggest promotion, the biggest raise. And every time I got one of those skills, he would come to me and say, hey, I need you to train this to 3 other guys. And I'd say, okay, I'll train that. But while I was training that, I was learning 3 new skills, right?
So my dad told me about a picture that he saw in the military when he was 18. He said it was a picture of a fist over a bucket of water, and the caption was something along the lines of, "You'll be missed around here for about as long as the fist leaves an indentation in the water after it's pulled out," right? That's
I'm trying to think how long that is.
It's not too long.
It's not very long, right? Yeah, and we know this, right? Everyone who thinks they're irreplaceable or indispensable, they leave the org, and everyone gives them a tearful farewell, and the next day,
the pieces come together.
The hands out of the bucket, and the water is the water,
the water
right?
And it works.
Yeah. There's another side of this, which is people who misidentify what's actually unique or valuable, right? There's someone in our company, I'm absolutely positive, who is a concert-level cellist. That's unique. Our company's not going to pay you for it, right? You'd be a great fisherman, a great cellist, a great banjo player. Wonderful, we don't care.
The flip side of that is the manager, in my experience, often misidentifies irreplaceability with convenience, right? So I've got this guy that can do anything, and it's very convenient for me, and it solves a lot of problems for me. That doesn't mean they're irreplaceable to the organization. It is true and fair, and I should say to myself, I've got a problem if they leave, I need to work on the solutions to that problem. Not the same as irreplaceable. Now, the other important thing you said there was unique value, right? So we've all read articles about how to be uniquely valuable, and we're all reading the same articles. Unique is important and not easy to accomplish, right?
Yeah, I use a thing called the tennis ball test there, where I, for example, had someone come to me for coaching and said they wanted to increase their value. And I said, your unique value. And they said, you're right. I'm going to go get a certification to be a project manager. And I said, really, project manager? And they said, yeah. I said, come on outside my office with me. And I had a tennis ball there. I grabbed the tennis ball, walked outside, handed it to him, and said, if you threw this tennis ball down the hallway, how far would it bounce before it hit a project manager?
You could bounce it off 2 or 3 on the way down.
Yeah, he's not far. I was like, yeah, you got to pass the tennis ball test. It's got to be outside of your tennis ball range to find someone else doing that if you're going to be unique in that value.
And if you're going to be the best project manager, you better realize what that means, because that's a pretty big pool to climb to the top of.
Yeah, it's not only the only project manager, which to your point speaks to the expirability of things.
Right.
I came back from Asia 12 years ago. I was the Asia expert for our company, and I was highly valued for that for about 2 years.
I had the same experience with a particular tool set when I was working in the big company, which is I came back and I had all the knowledge, and I got calls for a couple of years, and then it went away because the tool set was different and everything was different, and that expertise went away without me doing anything. It just expires. Yeah.
So it's work. I mean, it's work to, in my case, going to Asia wasn't so much work as it was an investment. I invested years of my life in Asia to get this expertise that has an expiration date. And if I'm going to stay unique and relevant in the market, I have to make
You gotta
another
keep pushing.
investment.
So I have to say, like, I mean, this is a fair thing. I don't like to use this word on video, but this kind of sucks, right? I mean, I'm basically saying keep clawing forever and you're never getting off the hamster wheel,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, there's a metaphor in our world which is that life is an escalator that you're trying to go up. Unfortunately, it's a down escalator, right? And so the minute you stop climbing, you start going backwards. That does suck in one way, but in another way, I wouldn't want to hire someone whose energy in life, whether it's as a parent, as a husband, as a wife, and most importantly for me as a worker, isn't a growth mindset. I don't want someone who isn't thinking, where's the next big challenge? What can I learn? Those are the people I want to work around. Those are the people I want to work with. Those are the people I want to invest in.
Well, to stick with your metaphor, if they're not all running up the escalator with you, then they're falling on you on the way down, right?
Exactly.
You know, that's not good either.
So, are you unique? Do you provide value? If not, how will you?